Asita's Tears. The birth of the prince brought great joy to the whole kingdom. King Shuddadana and Queen Maya were especially delighted, their hearts brimming with immense happiness. The king named the prince Siddhartha, which means all wishes fulfilled. At that time, there was a wise old sage named Asita, who lived alone in the distant forests as a hermit. One day, he came to the palace to visit the prince. Surprised by Asita's sudden visit, the king and queen quickly paid respect to him with folded palms. Asita the sage said, "At the time when the baby prince was born, I saw a lot of uncommon auspicious signs. Therefore, I have traversed across mountains and traveled a long distance to see your son in person." Upon hearing those words, the king hurried to the bed where the baby prince laid sound asleep. He carefully picked up the sleeping child. The holy man gazed deeply at the baby, without uttering a word. After a long time, he took a step backwards, glanced at the sky with a troubled look on his face, and gave off a deep sigh. Tears flowed down his cheeks as he began sobbing softly. Seeing this, the king and queen were shocked and frightened. With tears in his eyes, the king cried out, "Oh, great sage, what have you seen that makes you weep with such sadness? Will something terrible happen to our son? Please, tell me quickly, for my heart is shaking with fear and worry." Looking at the king and queen with kindness in his eyes, Asita assured them, "Don't worry. I am not crying because I saw something bad for the prince. Your son will grow up to be a great man. If he decides to become a king, he will be the most outstanding wheel-turning monarch in history. However, if he decides not to become a king, but to leave the kingdom and be a monk, his future will be even greater. He will become a Buddha, the teacher of gods and men. He will show everyone how to live with peace and love in our hearts." So do not worry, dear king and queen. I was crying for myself. I have spent my whole life looking for the truth, searching for the way to end all suffering. And today I have met your child, who will someday teach all this. But by the time he is old enough to teach, I would have already passed away. That is the reason for my sorrow. But both of you who are endowed with so much merit, you should rejoice that you have given birth to such a noble child. Upon saying those words, Asita took a long, wistful glance at the prince for the last time, and slowly made his way out of the palace.